Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again. I just want to walk with you guys through another old Bible story in a new way, and I'm hoping that these next 2 minutes will give you a new perspective on something that you may have missed before in this story. Today I want to talk with you about the story of Samson, but more specifically, the story of his parents. I think too often we jump to Samson's story and we forget to look at his parents' story, and I want to see in these next 2 minutes what his parents tell us about a relationship with God. So, got my timer here, and here we go. So you can find this story in Judges 13. Samson's parents don't have any kids at this point. They can't have kids for some reason until a man of God shows up and he says they're going to have a son. And they're excited about this, so they get a dream. And that's great, they're going to have a son. Well, then this man of God tells them what their son's going to do. He's going to free Israel from their enemies, the Philistines. That's awesome. Then they get a calling in that. Well, then they panic and they don't know what they're going to do about that, how they're going to raise this son. So they pray about it and they get an instruction manual. They actually get the instructions on how to raise this child, and it's all exciting for them. And then they have Samson. And Samson creates a whole new level of crazy in their life. The next story we find out after Samson's born is that he wants to marry a Philistine woman. And his parents are probably thinking, that's not the dream. That's not the calling. You're supposed to free our people from our enemies, not marry them. And they don't understand what God is doing, but that's what happens. Well, it gets crazier after that, and Samson's life gets more and more and more intense, and crazier things happen until Samson ends up in Philistine captivity, and he's alone, and he's by himself, and he's completely humbled in everything he's done, until the Lord changes his life. You see, Samson moves from a presence of arrogantly treating his gift and his calling, and he moves into a humility where in the end he achieves more than what he was ever thinking he would. And I think as parents, we tend to think that we have big dreams for our kids and there's a calling for them and all these things. But I wonder if sometimes we just need to let them go and let God do what he's going to do to get them physically and spiritually to the place where he wants them, where he can do amazing things with them. So there's my story on Samson. I hope you're encouraged. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.